enlarge it. Look at her hungry eyes. Look,
Oh my goodness.
my goodness. He's hot. I mean, Prince William is hot. I mean, I'm sorry, but especially with his jawline, it's like that guy, is just so good looking.
Yeah. And I think he's also really starting to become more good
Regal.
looking as he ages, you know? I think there's something about his age.
As he matures, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
as
yes,
he
of
matures.
course, yes, of
Yes.
course. But and we're gonna see another picture of Prince William. I have a video that I probably shouldn't, I shouldn't show, but it's just that I just couldn't help myself when I saw that video. I thought, oh my goodness, look at this man, Pat. Oh, he's puckered up. Oh my God,
I think yeah,
thank
yeah,
you,
I think it,
Jesus.
and then
Let's
also,
praise the Lord. Mm,
but also when you wear uniform, like men in uniforms in general, right? I think
mhm.
they have a look about them
Oh
too.
yeah, oh yeah. But look at this guy. I mean, I have to go to church to confess my sins today. Yeah. But
Yeah.
isn't it and then there I don't know if you saw this picture because this is a really beautiful picture, Pat. Did you see that they posted this?
Yeah, I think it's beautiful. I think it's so nice to see the children as they age, as they get older. It's like you're on this journey with them as they grow up, and it feels like you know them personally because you've been there since the beginning. And I just, for me, watching them grow up, they become kind of part of your family, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, yeah, and you care for them because, you
Yeah.
see, especially Louis proudly showing his toothless grin, it was so cute. But I mean, this picture to me, I mean, she is absolutely stunning.
Mhm. Yeah, she really is. I just really, really
Those
admire
were the hungry eyes she was giving Prince William, by the way.
That's
But
what?
those were the hungry eyes when she was looking at her husband.
Oh, right, right, right.
She's wearing the queen's, favorite earrings, so that was a very touching thing, but, I mean, this woman is absolute perfection.
Yeah. Yeah, she really is. William did right when he found her and married her, and when he's also very lucky to have her. He could be going through a world of hurt right now too, just like Harry. But he seems to have found someone that was a good match for him, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
look at her, look at his and I mean, he must because he has such a beautiful family. Look at Princess Charlotte.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Look how I mean, and this woman, I mean, she's class personified, guys. I don't care what anybody says, like oh, no, 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 no. She is
Mhm.
class personified. I'm gonna show you this picture because really like this picture, and let me know what you guys think. Them and the little group when she's walking, it's like no skin, nothing vulgar, beautiful
Mhm.
suit, beautifully tailored, beautiful
Mhm.
colors, the both boys matching. And she does what Princess Diana used to do that I remember Prince William said that he hated it when his mother used to dress him and Harry the same. But now he's doing the same to his kids,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
Charlotte dresses like her mom, the color, and then you have Louis and look at George. George, I mean, he really does look regal. He inherited his father's walk.
Yeah. He's got such a mature look about him, right? At such a
Yeah.
young age. You can tell he's responsible. I can tell he's a responsible kid just by looking at him.
Unlike Louis, who was waving mad. Did you see him waving mad? Like at everybody, people were clapping when he was waving. I thought it was the funniest
Well, he's
thing.
been doing that since he's been
No, but
little.
no, he was the only one waving at a certain point. And then and I want to show you this picture because I think that this picture is really cute. That because it reminds people of the queen did that too, and it's such a cute picture. I really like it, and I wanted to show it to you guys because I saw it on X, and I just thought, what a perfect picture because it's just like the queen, like
Mhm.
Princess Catherine when the queen looked at Prince Philip, and they were wearing the same color, Pat, which is really really nice.
Mhm.
I'm gonna show it to you here. Let me see. Did I send it to myself? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did send it to myself. Let me get that so you guys can see it. I don't know. Let me download this one so I can show it to you guys because this is I mean, it's just it's incredible how history unknowingly repeats itself, And
Mhm.
it's okay, I want to show it to you here. That is the queen, and then you're going to see Catherine. Isn't that cute?
Oh, yes, that is adorable. That is really adorable.
Isn't it, Pat? I do miss
Mhm.
the queen.
Yeah, that's really a nice tribute to the queen, the late queen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
isn't that nice?
Yeah. That's
Hmm.
really nice.
Yeah, I know. I
Mhm.
really liked it. But I mean, they are amazing. I find out that they are truly amazing as a family, and I love them, and I really can't wait for William to be king, you
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 it's she and there I mean, and there's nothing like this other hoe, it's just like I'm sorry. Are we 15 minutes in? Are we 15 minutes in now? I can say the word hoe.
I just can't just how you said that so like matter of fact, you know?
But Pat,
I mean, I know, I'm just saying. It's just
Pat, Pat, come on,
mhm.
Pat. Are we gonna pretend here? Okay, are we gonna pretend or are we gonna be true to ourselves here? I mean,
Right. Yeah.
I just came from my life and people are my Spanish life and people I wasn't a Spanish channel. People still in shock. I mean, and not only that. Okay, never mind Megan. Never mind Megan.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah. It's left a definitely it's left an impression that is going to be hard to shake. And no amount of trying to say we're happy for you the reaction. We are so happy that it's gone viral and we're happy that we did, I did what she's saying what she did because she feels like it was well received and she feels like it was all good, but that's just playing on trying not to show that you've got mud on your face, trying to play it like all is good. And that just is not going to fly because no
Isn't that what
matter of gaslighting is going to make that okay.
but
Sorry.
isn't that didn't they just fire everybody?
Yeah, yeah, they did.
They
And
fired like 6 or 8 or I don't know how many they've fired.
yeah, a constant thing that happens, and I think it has a lot to do with probably this here. I think there's so many mistakes that have been made that well, let me take this back. They quit. A lot of them quit, right? They they just did not want to do this anymore. I think there were maybe some bullying going on. There is a history and it really is revealing how it's coming out that people left. And perhaps maybe they did get rid of some, but some people just left. I can't remember. I think was it like 5 people?
6 now.
6. Yeah. So, hey, that's just a sign of, you know, what is to
Thank you,
come.
Amanda. Thank you for correcting, Amanda. Thanks. If you have any info, please let us know. And thank you, Sharon Paul, for becoming a member. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 6. I mean, I did my live with this. You should have her on your channel. Her name is Ashley, and
Mhm.
she's fantastic because she works in PR and stuff. And I asked her
Mhm.
point blank,
Mhm.
what would you do if your client is not listening to what you have to say? She said, "I
Mm,
quit because, because unless, of course, I'm in Hollywood." Because, and then I said to her, "But what if you're afraid that people like Meghan Markle, they have powerful people backing them for some reason,
mhm.
and they can blacklist you?" And she says, "Yeah, but I'm not power hungry for Hollywood. If somebody is not doing what I'm saying, then it looks bad on me because they're gonna say, 'Who's your PR?'"
Right. Right. Yeah, and that's a good point because you are a reflection of how they are perceived by the public. And if you're not perceived well by the public and everything that you're doing is supposed to help with their image in front of the public, then that definitely is a reflection of you as someone who is running their PR. So it makes sense that people would quit because, yeah, that doesn't make them look too good if they're supposed to be managing her look and her reputation.
And she came up with this about 3 weeks ago. I know because the doctor who was there that day, but she said that, and she said that she didn't. Let me see, doctor. She said that when they came with the request, it was them two plus some other people, and they wanted to see that room, and they were allowed in. And which day was it that she called? I'm just looking for the date. June 5th. What date are we on?
June
14th.
14th today.
Yeah. On June 5th, she said that they had come there about 11 days ago with two
Mhm.
other people,
Mhm.
and but they never in a million years, because they gotten a lot of calls from angry parents who actually were there. And I'm going to show this picture. I'm actually going to send this picture because they were at the hospital. This is at the height of COVID, guys. Okay, please keep that in mind. And a lot of parents are angry because they were saying, "Wait a minute, we weren't even allowed to have anybody. You're supposed to have masks 24 hours, no matter what, no matter if you're in the room or outside of the room." You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I didn't have anybody, and these people are there. They're doing all of that, and we were rushed because they were really trying to get people in and out.
Mhm.
Back then they were trying to get people in and out, especially. And if she had been overdue, they wouldn't have made her dance. They would have said, "No, we're going to induce the baby. You're going to be in bed, and we're going to get it out of here." And it would have been excruciating pain. And if she couldn't take it, then they would have given her an epidural. But according to the hospital policies, they avoided
Mhm.
having overnight stays for pregnancies for pregnant moms. The most they would stay is 8 hours,
Mhm.
and then they
Mhm.
would do home visits.
Right.
All to
So, I guess,
minimize
yeah,
that.
if you were in that hospital around the same time and you had different rules applied to you, I'd be upset as well.
Sure. Here's the picture. I'm gonna send it because I'm gonna show, because they posted it on Twitter, where I on my thing. So I'm gonna show it to you guys. Okay, and you're gonna see it
Mhm.
because they posted it on my Twitter. When I posted that thing, and
Mhm.
they posted it there, and this is us. And I don't blame them for being angry. I would be angry too.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But I'm surprised that nobody picked that it was during COVID.
Well, I think people forget easily.
That's
I
the
mean,
problem with the 24-hour cycle news,
it's
Pat.
just so much going on all the time, you know?
You think? Yeah, but certain things are important. I'm going to show you the picture. Here's the picture, guys, so you guys can see it. Can you see it?
Mm-mm. Oh, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, I can't see
I
anything. You're frozen.
I am. Can you see me now?
Let me
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello, can you guys hear me? Oh, okay, it's Pidana then. Okay, can you guys see this here now? Do you see this picture that I'm sharing? Okay, Pidana is gonna come on now. Okay. She's- Oh, Thanks, Joe. Thank you. Thank you on behalf of P Dinah for giving P Dinah $5. Thank you. Let me see. I'm gonna text P Dinah, see what's going on. So she's gonna come on pretty soon, okay? So these are people at the hospital. This is during the height of COVID. And around that same time, I think they were like 3 days after Meghan Markle. And the father was only allowed to pick her up. Um, Pidina, your device is not connect. There. Now I can see you. Can you see me? Hello, hello, Pat, Pat.
I'm here. Can you I'm here.
Okay, can you see? This is
Yes.
they gave birth 3 days after Meghan Markle, and the father was only allowed to come and pick them up.
Mhm. See? Perfect example. Perfect example.
Okay,
Mhm.
same hospital, and the father was not present. He was only allowed when she was on the way out, and they would they would tell them if they were giving birth, and it was they would induce the birth, which was very painful because they wanted them in and out.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the father was not allowed in the delivery room or anything like that. Like Harry said, he was in the delivery room with Lily. That is absolute BS.
That's not
They were not
true.
allowed in at
That's
all.
right.
And the doctors, because the mother was without a mask, that's the only time that the mother was allowed to be without a mask because of the breathing. You know,
Mhm.
they
Mhm.
were hazmat. The doctors covered themselves up because they
Yeah.
don't want to die over somebody like that. And as soon as
Yeah.
the baby was out and everything, and the mother was, cleaned up and everything, and the baby she was kept in a 2 3 hours observation, and then she had her mask back on.
Mhm. Yep. Yep. Look at that. That's a perfect picture to show
Yeah, the
because
lady posted it and said, "This is for you." He said, "Just this is me at the same hospital 3 days later."
mhm. Yep. That's why, this is the thing. They could have even posted maybe a picture like this. I mean, like, and you see she has a gown on. I mean, there's so
Oh
many
yeah,
things
yeah,
wrong.
immediately. They didn't
Yeah.
allow you. They didn't allow you. The minute you came in, they would put the hospital because you weren't allowed to stay there for long. It's like you came, and if you're not really, it's not like sometimes you have like 50-hour delivery. No, if you're not delivering within an hour or two, we're gonna induce it.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. You come in, you wear your gown, you're put in, and that's the other thing, yeah, about, the clothing and everything. That's just like a sanitary thing, around wearing the gowns. I don't think they would have even probably allowed outside gowns for, um, birth. I
No,
don't
no,
know, but
no. He came to pick her up. He came to pick her up.
I know I'm just saying when
Yeah.
she's admitted, she's
Oh
put
yeah,
in
yeah.
the gown.
Immediately, and Harry wouldn't have been allowed in the room. And the minute they put the IV on your thing, and they take away your jewelry, and the
Mhm.
way where she puts, and the reason why she put herself the thing, and that's fake because it's dangling all over the place. You
Mhm.
wouldn't have been able to bend your arm, guys. Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. Not very many of you know. I don't know if you see this scar here. See this huge scar in my left arm. I was in Canada and I almost lost my arm to gangrene and stuff like that. So in Canada, I had a few operations to save my arm. And then they put me on a pump. They put a pump around my waist, and then they put like a permanent IV, right? Uh,
Mhm.
that every 12 hours it would pump very strong antibiotics, right?
Mhm.
But then I had to have it for almost 2 months. But the IV, the antibiotics were so strong. I had phlebitis one time, which is when the vein erupts because, of course, the medicine is so strong. And if you use it often and often, it weakens the vein. So I got
Mhm.
phlebitis and so they tried like every week, guys, they would rotate to find, the veins because I had it for almost 2.5 months. So I know you're unable to move your arms and like the way that she's, like she's roping a horse. You wouldn't have been able to do that. You wouldn't have been able to do this like she's doing there, because you have
Mhm.
a needle there.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And let me see, can you see her IV? Is it in her hand or is
It's
it
in her hand. Yeah, let me see if I can enlarge it. The problem is that let me see if you can see it's in her hand. It's right here. But let me see you. Zoom in.
Yeah, that's her hand, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in her hand. See, it's right
Uh,
here.
Yep. Yep. It is. Because he's holding her hand. Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
See.
What? Yeah.
So,
It's just crazy how all of the lies and the misconceptions around everything.
but what do
Hmm.
you make of all of this, Pat? The firing of everybody, the Brooke Shields thing. You know that the event wasn't postponed because of the riots. It was postponed because nobody was buying the tickets.
Yeah, it's a good excuse, isn't it? And
Yeah, they weren't buying the tickets because if you look, if you went to the website, you could still buy tickets.
let's go to the website just to see who the other people were because I think,
They don't have very much information.
well, that says a lot.
They didn't have it, the A-listers, but nobody. They didn't mention which names were the A-listers or the celebrities that were showing up. Nobody had confirmed. Nobody wanted to show. Hey, Michelle, thanks for there's your friend Michelle, my
Oh, there's my
competition.
friend Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Yeah. They
Which celebrities? They haven't announced which were going to be there
I thought
because
they
Tyler Perry was. The BTEs was just now, right?
right.
Where was it held?
Um
Was it in California?
the BET Awards, they're usually, let me see. Uh Celebrate highlights of the night. Um
But didn't they also hand over some awards in California just now?
so that's
And
the
people
thing. If
and
they
people
are
were like,
doing the
"Oh, I can't
BET
believe what's
Awards,
happening. I can't believe what's happening." They were accepting the awards where they're all the riots outside. Oh,
that's
well,
yeah, I can't believe if they're having the BET Awards now, why would they have canceled the National Museum event?
because there weren't any and nobody was buying
That's
tickets.
what I'm saying. So the excuse doesn't add up that it was because of the riots. See?
It was at the Peacock Theater. Do you know where that is?
That's
In Los
news.
Angeles. In Los Angeles.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So that right there, it tells you that their excuse for it being because of the riots
Oh,
is
thank
just
you,
not true.
Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. You gave me a super sticker. Thank you. Oh, by the way, Joe gave you a super sticker.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, another. I didn't see that was on the other page. Thank you, Michelle, again. Thank you, dear.
But what I was
And
gonna say is like
and
go
Lori
go go
Avali. Thank you for the membership.
yeah, and
Yeah.
go check because I don't know how to check. It's the Natural History Museum. Where is it, guys?
Okay. Let me see. Let me just
Meghan Markle Gala. It
see.
says here People Magazine
Okay, so when okay, this is a question. When did they cancel the award show for Megan? When was that canceled?
I'm gonna tell you right now, Meghan Markle Natural Museum Gala. It says Meghan Markle upcoming appearance at LA Museum Gala postponed for immigrants. That was June 10th.
Interesting because they
Because the
shot
other
the
awards
BE
after that, you had this awards where these people were giving thanks, saying, "Oh, what's happening outside?" And you just had the BETs.
well, the BET Awards was shot on June 9th, and they canceled the event with Megan at the National History Museum the next day.
But now, there were some awards just now that were done live, like 2 3 days ago. Can you guys help me out? Which ones they were that this woman came up? Oh, that were giving speeches, anti-immigration speeches, or whatever that they were doing. Wait, I'm trying to see that because, and they didn't announce who was going to be there. You know how they usually announce who's going to be there?
Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Why would they do
Yeah.
that? Let's see. Pro-strike sparks immigration race. Okay, so
I don't have access to that page because I'm okay. It says buy to purchase tickets, right? If you're coming soon, there's cats and stuff like that, and they don't have where's the gala one?
hmm.
Calendar. But they're
Well,
still open. They're still open.
see, doesn't make sense. I think that was just that was because of the ticket sales, but they gave a different excuse to the public for why it was canceled.
They haven't closed the museum. They've been open.
Yeah, so that yeah, see, that doesn't even make sense. It
And they
doesn't.
haven't announced it. And the reason why, another reason is that they couldn't secure like proper. Did you know that Tyler Perry didn't want to come?
What did you hear about Tyler Perry not wanting to come
He didn't want to go.
to the event, the National Museum event to honor
No.
Meghan?
Yep.
Okay, so you heard it through us. How did you
Because
know?
they sent a bunch of invitations and he didn't want to go because he just didn't want to go. Like Meghan Markle she left because she apparently they got into an argument. Remember when Tyler Perry was honored and then
Yeah.
everybody went on stage except Meghan Markle and then she exited through the garbage dump
Yeah.
while he was speaking
Mhm.
because she wanted to draw attention from his speech to the fact that she was leaving from the back through the garbage where she belongs.
Okay. And so is why he doesn't want to come to this event?
No, that people don't want to be okay, Pat. You are having a
But
huge
no,
gala,
I
right?
know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say, but it's different with Tyler Perry. Okay. It's
Well, Tyler
different.
Perry's not following her on Instagram.
Yeah, but they were just honoring him, or Megan was just honoring him recently, right? So, why even go through with that? Like his commitment, I think he's trying not to show, is my point, that there's no connection. He's following through to save face. But go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
No, I mean, why would he not even follow her on Instagram? He's following Diddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think he's starting to see it like a lot of other people what it is, but I don't think he's going to make it public. Although he hasn't followed her, I think he doesn't realize that people are watching who he's following and who he's not following. But it definitely shows that there's some kind of disconnect. And I was also thinking, what if, um, well, if he were really going to support her, I think he would put her in a production because he has the power to do that. We know Megan wants to do that. At least that's what she did when she first came over, when she was when she went to the Disney premiere asking Bob Iger for a part. So, and she needs to make money. I think he could maybe be secretly, maybe supporting her or maybe not supporting her. But, you have to look at someone like Tyler Perry. He's either going to be in or he's going to not want to show that he's not in. I don't think he would make it public
Okay, look at
because,
this. To purchase tickets or inquire about the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County's Night of Wonder Gala, you should visit the official NHM website or contact Danielle Gordon or the
Mhm.
number. They give you the number. And according to the museum's website, you can also explore sponsorship opportunities and the online silent auction through the same channel. So there's still tickets available. And they're
Mhm.
asking for sponsorships.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I
And if you
think
look at this, okay, I'm gonna share this, guys. This is what you get when you click on the link that they provide to you to go buy tickets or contact. This is what you get. We're open today, Saturday. You do not have permission to access this page. There could be that, but
hmm?
this is directly from the link that they have because it's giving me all the other stuff. So even the gala for Meghan Markle has been taken out.
Okay, but you can see if you can buy tickets like to go there today.
That's
Can
where it says. That's where it says. But because you see, you have to contact somebody. Here, are
okay.
you watching this?
Okay,
To
let me
purchase
yeah.
tickets or inquire about the Natural History Museum of Los Angeles County's Night of Wonder Gala or Gala, you should visit the official NHM, which I do, right?
Mhm.
And you click on the link. According to the museum's website, you can also explore, and they give you that Night of Wonder,
Mhm.
and you get that.
Interesting. So what's it say? This page has been removed, or what did it say?
It says you do not have permission to access this page. It could be to a typo in your URL, but you saw
Could,
that I clicked it directly.
could it be your region though? Could it
No,
be no? Okay.
you can try it. I can send you. I can send you the link, Pat, if you
Yeah, send me
want.
the link. I just want to try it and see.
Okay, let's go for
Just
it.
to see. Just to see.
Okay, copy. I'm gonna send it to you, woman.
Mhm.
And there you go. I sent it to you.
Okay.
Open it and see if you can open it. Maybe you can. Maybe it's
Okay.
me.
Let's see.
That's a
Nope.
direct link to the gala.
There could be a see, they're even saying there could be a typo. So I'm seeing that I can't either, but
But it's a direct link. They're the ones putting it there, not me.
I think, yeah, but they're saying that it could be a typo. So I think that just they may have uploaded the wrong link is what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's see the Natural Museum here. Are you watching buy tickets? Let's go to
Let's
buy
see.
tickets, okay?
Yeah, yeah, go that route.
Uh, okay, buy
Yeah.
tickets. Here's Possum. Let me see. Join and give. Help us make exposition at Park Museum and LA community.
So
What is
here
this?
is okay. Yeah.
And that's it. There's no more events.
So there's
You can buy
interesting.
tickets for a Possum new exhibition.
And you can buy tickets to see the LA underwater, and they are open today.
They've been open all the time.
I mean, I this does not make any sense. I'm sorry. You're going to tell people you're closing down because of the riots, but yet you're still going to be open where people can come and visit.
Yep.
So yeah, they couldn't sell the tickets. They could not sell the tickets.
They could not, yeah, and the tickets were like 50,000 per table and then 1,500 per person, as if
Yeah, that's crazy. That is so crazy.
you see. So
Yeah.
so this is how we do it, guys. Pidine and I, we go and we're googling and looking at stuff. Where people say, yeah, 50K for a table of 10, with meeting the Duchess, but they were supposed to be like celebrities, but they never announced which celebrities they were.
Yeah. Yeah.
With Tyler Perry, they announce it because they want people to buy tickets if there are other celebrities there.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. Now, do we know if Harry was supposed to come with her or not?
No,
He wasn't going to be coming.
no,
Hmm.
no,
Interesting.
no. He was not gonna be going. Well, he's
Interesting.
and most of his time in New York. So how can he, like he spends as little time as possible with that woman. I mean, and you know what, Pat, with the thing with the incest thing, I think that strength. I didn't buy before the thing that Meghan Markle wasn't the mother of the kids. But now
Mhm.
with the incest thing, that her great grandparents were half siblings, it kind of made sense that probably she was too afraid to risk it. You know what I mean?
So, okay, I think you should explain. Some people may not know what you're talking about because I would know what you're referencing.
You do or you don't?
I do.
Okay. Okay, guys. About 2.5 years ago, or you know what? When Meghan Markle got engaged to Harry, like any bride, they look at your genealogy. Remember
Mhm.
Catherine? They go that her family were coal miners. We know everybody. Now they're saying that Meghan comes from descendant from Stuart, the King Stuart or whatever, right?
Mhm.
So I remember I was in Norway and I'm like, oh, let's see who she, because she was black. And I'm like, okay. So this is what all the papers posted. That's all you could find. You see that it was Doria Lois Raglan, and she was the daughter of Mother Unknown and Alvin Acel Raglan, right? So my first thought is like she was adopted, like one of those things that is a close adoption and she doesn't know who the mother is.
Mhm.
Because,
Mhm.
it would make sense that she doesn't know who her mother is, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
then I remember that Megan said she was really close to her maternal grandmother, right?
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
But then they wouldn't give her name. And Pat, I looked everywhere. I mean, I'll show you the other ones that other papers put because it wasn't just that, but they would put this other paper even put this like that, like they would put it like this. Here. They wouldn't even put her mother, just Alvin Azela Raglan.
Ah, okay, yeah.
This is all over the papers and I couldn't find her. Like, that's really weird, right? But then hey,
Mhm. Mhm.
and then like 8 months afterwards, and also because Mr. Markle let it slip the name of the mother. And I think that's why they put
What
it
do you
because
mean he let it slip? Why
because he in one of the interviews he gave, he said, "No, I will go with Janet. He got along great." He was just giving an interview, right?
right?
So he gave the name of Megan's grandmother. He said, "No, he was very close. She was very yeah. She
Well,
would go because
I don't think he made it slip.
what I mean is that he disclosed the last name because it was something normal." Because remember how Megan said she went and took care of her maternal grandmother?
Mhm. Mhm.
So when Mr. Markle was asked one question, he goes, "No, that's not true." She would go visit when she wasn't like the primary carer, at age 11 of
Mhm.
Janet. So he gave the name. So disappear. And then after like 7 or 8 months, finally disappear the name. Janet Arnold.
Mhm.
So now we know that she's the daughter of Janet Arnold and Alvin Azel Raglan.
Right?
But if you look at this, Alvin Azel Raglan has who his mother and father is. Everybody here has it. Everybody. You can see everybody has where they come, like, you know what I mean?
Where they come from?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Mr. Markle has his parents on both sides. You can see that. But her mother didn't, her grandmother didn't have it.
Right.
But we had the name, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So once I had the name, we all got to work. I did a video about it 3 years ago. And then and nobody paid attention and stuff like that. Honesty and truth, thanks so very much.
Honesty and truth.
Yeah, thank you. That's absolutely true. They're
Thank you.
disrespecting us with all this crap that they're doing. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So then you find this, right? And then I got this, and it's like, who's Janet Arnold? That's her mother. Was born September 4th. That's her grandmother, right?
Mhm.
1929. I can't make it too large because it gets very blurry. But then you go who her parents are, right?
Mhm.
And it's James T. Arnold and Nettie Mae Allen Pritchard,
Mhm. So
right?
these are her great grandparents, Megan's great
Yes,
grandparents.
Meghan's great grandparents. Like the
Mm.
Queen is the great grandparent to Prince George.
Mhm.
Okay. So once I had that, then I went and I started digging, and it wasn't really hard to find, Pat. It really wasn't hard to find. And then I'm going to show you because you can find it in my heritage. There's a guy whose website I sent it to you has been taken down because he actually flew where they were and he got the records from the church, their church records, birth records, and all kinds of things, right?
Mhm.
Remember the link I sent you that I said maybe you can try and get it? But it
Mhm.
was deleted after that was published because he was very thorough. Okay.
Mhm.
So we're going to go and look at who Nettie Mae is. This is Nettie Mae, guys, for you. Okay. Nettie Mae Allen Pritchard. She was born June 23rd, 1987, in South Carolina, right? She was
Mhm.
buried at Inglewood Park, right? And her family members, her parents are Hunter Luther Allen and Gertrude Elizabeth Sadler Arnold. Okay. So I
Mhm.
said, okay. So because I was trying to build, I did a video. I did a whole video about this with her genealogy about 2, 3 years ago. And
Mhm.
so, and then I go like, okay, now, okay, that's great. I got that. So I'm gonna go and look at, you keep digging, right?
Mhm.
So then I go to Mr. Arnold. And this is where things got interesting because I thought I must be reading wrong. And then I went to my heritage, I went to everything, and then and there were this different father, but it's Gertrude Elizabeth Sadler Arnold.
Mhm.
Half siblings, Nettie Mae, Alan Pritchard. So Megan's great grandparents on her mother's side are half siblings.
Hmm. Yeah. So that's basically what you were referencing when you were talking about that. Okay. Uh let's read what honest. So honesty and truth is a little upset. She doesn't want to talk about the children.
No, she's saying stop the nonsense with the Sussex children enough. The reason for that, honesty and truth, is because they are in the line of succession.
Mhm.
And they're not far. They're not like Princess Beatrice or Eugenie or even Sarah Tyndall. They are. Archie is in the first six senior members in the line of succession.
Mhm. Mhm.
And did you know? Because I've been doing an investigation, and as far as I can see, in the 1,000 year the monarchy, the history of the British monarchy, the only two children whose origins have not been verified are those of Harry and Meghan Markle.
So the other have, I mean, from the
Everybody,
monarchy have.
because before the whole court used to witness the birth, the whole court and the consummation of the marriage and
Mhm.
the delivery birth. It was to make sure that there was no fraud.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
it wasn't until 1948 that this home secretary had to be present along with two other government members uh, in each delivery, and they would certify that they had seen the child. Um, oh, you gotta wait 1 second. Thank you. You got from Chella
Oh,
McGuire. Thank you. Thank
oh,
you.
Thank you, Chella McGuire. Towards the children you work. Oh, thank you so much.
No,
I
honesty and
appreciate
truth.
that.
This is the thing that's very upsetting to me because it is important to know the origins of the children. This is not shading the kids. This is, you know what? It's not even Meghan Markle's fault, nor Doria's fault, nor Doria's mom's fault that they're born out of siblings. And I said that in my video, but most people, I guess, didn't watch until the end because I said clearly it's not their fault that they're
Mhm.
born out of incest. You know
So,
what I mean? It's not their
mhm,
fault. I mean, they didn't choose that. You know what I
mhm.
mean, Pat?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely.
we have to talk about the Sussex children because they're in the line of succession. Right now, Harry
Well, I
is
guess
having a huge fight with that
right.
he wants him to have the HRH title.
I guess she's saying because today is the king's birthday. She's saying
No, well,
because
today's not the king's birthday.
well,
Today,
you know what I mean. It's to
yeah, it's a
celebrate the
celebration. But
king's
then it would be a great day to remind the king to maybe do the right thing.
Hey, it's your birthday. Do the right thing. Let's
Yes.
take it. Well, let me show you. Well, actually, do you have the picture of them on the balcony? Let me see.
I don't know.
Let me pull up.
Let me go bring the charger because my battery's anyway.
Let me see here. Here, I will share this picture.
And I'll put it here.
Actually, I will.
Share the pictures. Share the picture, and
I
I'll.
was going to share it, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna present. I'm gonna grab the image first. Let's see here. Oh no, it's a video. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me do that. Let me make it a video file. Okay, here we go, folks. Here we go. And uh I'm trying to present and it's not letting me. Oh, there we
It's
go.
worth
Oh, it's
more
not
than
that one. Hold on. It didn't bring up the video. Okay, you oh, I'm so sorry. Give me one
Let me go get the
second.
charger. I'll be back in a second. Okay.
Okay. Uh here it is. Okay, it's the picture. I'm gonna just pull that up again. Okay, give me. I put up the wrong one. My goodness, Patricia. Okay, I have to do. It won't take a certain file type, so I have to change it. Okay, so what I wanted to, I'll just share it from my website. So let me just do it this way. There we go. This
I'll
picture.
share it in a second. I'm just plugging the laptop.
All right, we see this picture here.
Wait, let me see. There we go. Yep.
Okay, so if you could, let's just go through everybody. I think this sets, a, this is saying we are the monarchy, right? Like this is
Yeah.
a very important picture. Who is there on the stage? Let's go through. Do you know who all these people are?
Yeah, this is Princess Anne, the Duke of Gloucester. Well, we'll start with Timothy,
Let's
Princess
start.
Anne.
Wait. Let's start to the left of the screen. The lady in the white, because I don't know the lady. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, yeah, to the left, then the white suit, the
Which
female.
one do you want to start off first?
On the left with the lady, looking at the
Um,
screen on the left.
okay, let me see which one because I'm 1 second. Let me get that. Okay, let me see. The one on the white dress?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna give you her name. It's just the Duchess of Gloucester.
Gloucester. Okay, so is she okay? Just keep going then. Just keep going. Sorry, I'll ask
That's the
questions.
Duchess of Gloucester with her husband, the Duke of Gloucester.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Duchess of Edinburgh, Prince
Mm-hmm.
Edward,
Mm-hmm.
Camilla, the King, Prince Louis,
Mm-hmm.
Prince William, Prince George,
Mm-hmm.
Princess Charlotte, Catherine, the Princess of Wales,
The
the Duke
Duke
of
of
Kent.
Kent.
That's Princess Anne and her husband.
Okay, now, okay, so
They're
the
all on
Duke.
the website. They're all in the website.
Okay, so the Duke of Kent is the cousin, right, of the late queen,
Yes,
and he has been around. I mean, he's up in age. How old is he?
like 97, 98.
They have, I mean, their genes are very strong because everybody in that family tends to live a long time.
Yeah.
And so his wife is
Well,
already.
except the Queen's father.
Oh
He died
yeah,
young.
the queen's father. He was
And
in
his
his what,
brother died young.
50s.
And his brother died youngish, 72. And the queen's grand sister, she died in her 70s.
Mhm. Yeah.
But
And
they all
so
smoked. They all smoked.
and they all smoked. A lot of times people that smoke a long time live a long time.
I
I don't know
know.
why that is, but that's a
Yeah.
phenomenon. I knew a
Yeah.
lady, someone in my husband's family, his grandmother, she smoked like till she died. And she was almost 100 years old
Yeah, my aunt.
when
I
she
know. Every Sunday, I remember we go to the ocean with my grandpa, and our great aunt was sitting, and she would chew tobacco. And every Sunday we had to stop and say hi because every Sunday for years we said we might not see Aunt Elia later. She
Mhm.
outlived pretty much everybody, and she
Yeah.
chewed tobacco and she drank alcohol. It's like she outlived my grandpa.
Wow. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is. But let me ask you this because I'm almost certain because there was reports that said that Harry was going to be having a watch party for with the Trooping the Color. Do you think he would do that?
well, he was having k- Pat, I was thinking about it because he's so sad that he's having a little watch party in New York with his son and whatever, and showing this when they could have participated. They could have been in that balcony had Harry behaved, because
Okay,
I
so
can.
I'm sorry, but I just have to go back to something you said. So you said he's in New York with his son having a watch party.
Yeah,
And why and tell and say why you say that.
because one of my friends is there.
Mhm.
Then you know which one it is.
Mhm. And what do you say to the people
I
that
can't
think
tell you.
that
I mean, you know who that person is, and I
I
mean, people may choose
do?
to believe you or not, but I mean, you know who that person is. So when and yeah, they're having like a little get together, and there's some other people there as well. There's like about 10 people, I believe, that are there.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
And so what people may not realize is what?
Hey, Pidina, you gotta. Pidina, why is it important to go back into Meghan Markle family tree? Let the dead rest. The only concern should be taking off the titles and the kids out of the line of succession. Now, who and how past family
I
members were
wasn't going
created.
into the Meghan Markle's family tree.
I am.
I mean, Paula was. I wasn't.
Yeah, but I think it's important because you see, the problem I have is not what happened. That is part of history. She is part of the royal family. And the problem that I have is that they try to hide it. Why couldn't they be open about it?
Well, first, let me just say this: Ziggy Lee is a chick with a crown. You go ahead, girlfriend, and thank you for your super chat. And I appreciate you asking the question. But like I said, I wasn't going into the family tree, but Paula was. And I think what you say in Paula is relevant, right? Because it is the historical aspect of that affects, I think, even because I think what I think you were going to say, Paula, was because of the family tree could have affected certain choices and decisions around the children. So that's why she
Exactly.
was bringing it
This
up.
is why I was saying that before I didn't buy. I used to go, I was very hard and I said, no, those are Meghan Markle's kids with with her eggs or whatever they call it, you know. But I was for a fact, I believe that she didn't give birth to those children, but I never bought into this because I heard a lot of people, those are not even her kids. But family history is relevant, guys, when you join the monarchy
Mhm.
because they show the genealogy of everybody. And the sin is not in its sin itself, it's trying to hide it because they
Mhm.
could have been open and transparent about it.
Mhm. Mhm. And then it would just go away if they were transparent. But
Exactly,
I think when you're
exactly,
not transparent,
exactly.
it's always there lingering.
And people would have raised these concerns to Harry and Meghan would have been aware of these concerns, which is probably why she didn't want to have any children because there was a high risk. And by the way, there were even people saying that DNA. I did this thing. I with with the gene X things. Mm, I'm gonna show it to you.
Here, I can stop sharing. Hold on.
Okay, and this is what they said to me. Okay, about this. Um, it says having a shared ancestor in your great grandparent generation, like your great grandparents being half siblings, does increase the risk of inheriting certain genetic conditions. Okay, because you see the reason why you have different parents is because they each bring like 25% of certain recessive genes, but when they're
Mhm.
half brothers and sister and they marry, it's it's actually the risk is much higher. Okay,
Mhm.
because then you're
Mhm.
passing on, half siblings share one parent, meaning they have 25% genetic overlap compared to the 20 to the 50 shared by full siblings, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
But it's
Mhm.
still very high.
Yeah.
And it's not like it was the great 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 grandmother. We're talking what grandmother and great grandmother, Queen,
Mhm.
Princess Charlotte.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Even in breeding, even at the half sibling level, increases the likelihood of offspring inheriting two copies of a recessive gene. This can lead to a higher probability of genetic disorders and other health problems.
Yeah. Yeah. Did
And
you
then
read?
it says in
Mhm.
most places, half siblings are legally prohibited from marrying or engaging or even first cousins in relations and having children because
Did you?
it is because of the genetic birth. So my point is like, why hide it? And second, that was it made me start thinking that maybe these people who are saying Meghan Markle did not, those are not her kids because she
Mhm.
doesn't look maternal to either of them. And their
Mhm.
blue high blood is really rare because she has some percentage of black. The ginger gene is recessive, which is highly unlikely that you're going to get two ginger kids. And we've seen that the color of the kids' hair vary and the height and everything each time. But it
Mhm.
makes me wonder whether she knew because she must have known. They all must have known.
Well, they do a testing before when you get married, that you do that for the children. I mean, I had it done too. But did you see D's super chat? Thank you, D. She sent your super chat, Paula. Can you read her question?
Which one?
D sent you a super chat.
Yeah. I think someone from the US should explain why Meghan Markle and Harry are so protected. Why are they so providing? Do they have Diddy ties? You said it. They're
Mm.
protected because, and this has been one of my main things. That this is just a very personal opinion because I've seen it. I saw it in my case. People supported my ex-husband. They went hard with him and they covered for him and they lied for him in court. When I won the court case and it was proven that my ex had lied and that the people had lied, do you think they came and apologized? Of course not. They become
Mhm.
accomplices. From the moment the royal family covered up, they've covered up for Harry. You saw the documentary I sent you, right, Pat, about Harry?
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay.
Oh
You
yeah.
know how
Mm.
much they covered up, right? For Harry,
Oh
guys.
yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think that Andrew was bad, guys, that documentary, you would see Harry with different eyes. Okay. I think the royal family just couldn't wait. You know that he didn't take one gap year, he took two. When he got to Australia, he was there for 3 months. He had to be pulled out of Australia because of scandals. It was a complete failure. And that is the reason why the Queen had sent like a full team of PR to suppress stories. In Harry's lawsuit that he did, the reason when he said, "Oh, my grandmother even, she cares so much for me. She even sent PR for like I didn't know that they've been watching me." Because they knew the kind of guy he was. You also in that documentary saw, Pat, that
Mhm.
even Penny Jr., the
Mhm.
reporter, knew that Harry at 16, the nasty stories that he was already an addict and alcoholic and,
Yeah.
and all the nasty things. So Penny Jr. knew from age 16, and she had known for quite some time how nasty Harry was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So once you cover for them, and this is one of the things that I do believe happened. Because remember when Archie was born, Harry and Meghan put out a statement saying that they didn't want any titles for the kids.
Mhm. Yeah.
I believe that they were forced to say that and said, "We're not going to give you any titles," because probably they knew that Meghan Markle didn't give birth to the kids. And this is why they said, "We don't want any titles for the kids." Remember?
Yeah, but I don't know, what do you mean because they figure you think they made her say that?
Well, if I were the royal family, you would have a huge bargain and chip saying, "I know you didn't carry that child, which is in breach of you can't have that child in the line of succession. So
Mhm.
yes, it will be a scandal for us, but then that'll be an illegal crime for you. So it's better for you to voluntarily say you don't want any titles." And and you don't probably, I'm sure they went as far as of saying, probably suggesting they were not in the line of succession. And this is probably why Harry was saying we were willing to give up the title, Sussex titles. At
Mm.
one point he said it, because I don't believe now that she would take the risk, because she must have known. The royal family must have known, guys,
Yeah. And I think
which is why
maybe,
they hid it.
but I think if they were to come out now and say that we hid it or we knew about it, we just couldn't say anything at the time, I think they would be forgiven, don't you think? Because they kind of had to.
No, because they've
No.
gone too far. They could have said it at the beginning, but now it's what, 4 or 5 years?
Yeah. Well.
You can understand it at the beginning. It's like, for example, when they issued the statement that Archie had been born or Meghan had gone into labor on 9/11, and then they said, "Oh no, she gave birth at 5:20," and then they gave the excuse that they forgot to hit the enter button and the email thing.
Yeah, that's so ridiculous. That's just ridiculous.
But this is where we go, and I am sorry, Ziggy, that you feel offended. Well, I'm not sorry. That's your priority, to feel offended for me trying to find the truth. The fact of the matter is that lies add up, and it doesn't look good, especially because the only children, and I've been digging for days now to see
Mhm.
which children were. There is one king that he was in the at war when the wife got pregnant, and they say, that's kind of fishy.
Mhm.
And it's in the royal archives that people were saying, how could she have gotten pregnant, because he didn't come back from war until after the kid was born. You know what I mean?
That is so obvious.
But the entire court, so the delivery, so the child. But now the law is such because of that case, guys. And this is what I found out in my research. Because of that case,
Mhm.
what they do now is that, for example, if Queen Elizabeth, let's say Prince Philip couldn't have children, right?
Mhm.
And the Queen could, and the Queen said, "We're gonna use the sperm of somebody else." The children still not be would not be allowed to be in the line of succession because the children have to be the product of the marriage, the two people participating in the marriage, and
That's right.
therefore the crown would have gone to her sister's kids. They would have been
Mhm.
the next in the line of succession. That's why you have guys. It's not like they're going to run out of people who to give the crown. If something is, like this is why you have a line of succession, and this is why having Harry and Archie and Lily, fifth, sixth, and seventh, so close to the throne, is so dangerous. Especially they're the only children in the history of the over 1,000-year monarchy whose origins are not verified, and the story that Harry told, it's absolutely stupid. And if you buy that story, please leave my life. Just if you if you buy that Meghan Markle having two epidurals was wiped, the kid was smacked in the ass and put in a van and sent within an hour of giving birth because Frogmore Cottage by then would have been almost they would have left around 6:20, which would have been peak hour. And Harry said that they didn't want to tell anybody, so they wouldn't have had any police stopping vehicles, which means he would have gone in regular what you might call it, in regular traffic. That would have been
Mhm.
almost 2 hours.
Yeah. After
So
having an epidural.
if you believe that a doctor did that, get out of my life. Get out of my life. I don't want because at some point we have to talk reality here. If you believe that the hospital where Lily gave birth, Meghan, and we go by Harry's Bear, he said that Lily was born on time. They never said anything about a week overdue, which is why they did that little dance. There's nothing like that he said that,
Mhm. Yeah, no.
and then it's during the height of COVID. And the hospital, I just showed you a picture of a couple that gave birth 3 days after Harry and Meghan, and everybody in that hospital, the rules, and in order to maintain those privileges, you needed to wear the mask because people, no matter who you are, they don't want to die. The staff didn't want to catch that virus.
Mhm. Mm,
You know
yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
So, and it's just it's that, let me see. Megan is not a royal. Yeah, guys, we have to. And the fact for me is just enough with the secrets. Enough with the secrets. And I've always said that the internet is the royal families or anybody's prominent. Look now, Blake Lively with the Judge Lyman. Now we found out that the Judge Lyman has, according to New York law, no matter how minimum, if you're a judge and you have, even if it's a buck or $10 or whatever amount of
Mhm.
investment in any of the defendants of plaintiffs companies that they own one, you have to recuse yourself from the case. It
Yes.
turns out that Judge Lyman had quite a lot of money invested in T-Mobile, who's Ryan Reynolds, whose brother, and the Judge Lyman's brother is an actor director who works with Blake Lively, who is represented by CAA, who's very close to, like, I mean, this
Yeah.
man should have recused himself.
Yeah. He was too aligned with things on a personal level that would have affected his decision making in that case. He should have definitely recused himself. Um, now the connection was okay. I didn't know anything about the T-Mobile, but there was another one that you mentioned.
The judge is an investor in T-Mobile,
But there
which,
was another connection too.
oh no,
There
he had
was
before actually one of his judgments was reversed because they found out that his wife had invested in one of the defendants or something like that company. So the
yeah.
judgment was reversed. So he has a history. But it's incredible that until now we're finding out about it
So why wouldn't her or why wouldn't the lawyer for Justin have asked that he be recused? I mean, wouldn't
because
they
he
have
didn't know. You know what? And this is, guys, I am, you know what? is the sleuths in the community. Did you know that it was this lady in Great Britain who found out about that the photo used in the original newspaper report that of Blake Lively was
Mhm.
dated from October, which meant that they had been planning this since October. It
Yep.
was another sleuth in the internet, a YouTuber like you and I, Pat, who found
Yeah.
out about the
That
Van
found that
Dam,
out. Yep.
the Van Dam thing, and it was another sleuth just now who found out the connection.
Mhm.
Because ethically, and I said to Ashley, why don't they? You know what? He could have this guy completely recused and had the verdict reversed.
I
And
was
not
just
only
gonna
that, he
ask
should be made liable for that. He should be made
exactly.
liable for expenses
And I
because he
think
knows the
yeah.
law.
Yep. I think there should be some kind of reversal. They need to go back and they
Apparently,
need to
they don't want to
definitely
do it because he takes it. I said, I would do it. I fucking do it. I fucking do it.
absolutely do it. Absolutely. I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't. That's not
Wow.
right.
Listen to what this lady saying, Pat. I don't know very much about in vitro fertilization. If Megan had an embryo egg freeze, it means the egg is fertilized. She was married to Trevor.
Okay, hold on. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were reading. You had a super. I had a super chat. Lori Avale is saying fertilized embryo or egg frozen. Trev is ginger. She's saying.
No, she's saying if Megan had an embryo egg freeze, it means the egg is fertilized.
Yeah. Oh, wait a
Which
minute. Wait,
means
wait, wait. No, wait a minute. Hold
back
up.
up.
Hold up. Back up.
Yeah,
Ear.
because I remember, you know who I know this? Because Sofia Vergara? She was having a major issue with her first husband or something like that because she had her eggs were
You can.
embryo egg freeze and stuff, and it was from him, and he wanted and she wanted them destroyed, and he didn't, and she went
Yes,
through a legal war and something like that.
but no.
That's a
But
good
Megan's.
point.
But Megan's were eggs were frozen. She didn't
We
have
don't,
fertilized embryo. So
as far
that's
as we
the
know,
answer,
as far
Lori.
as her father knows.
Because her father, that's what her father said. She had the frozen eggs; they weren't fertilized. So
As yeah.
that we do know,
Yeah,
at
but
least
even
based on what
yeah,
he
but
said. I
so
mean,
so but if the kids are not Megan's because she knew that her great grandparents were siblings and there's a high risk of genetic issues. And the problem with that is that even nowadays with genetic manipulation, you can't weed that out because it's so ingrained in the DNA and the genetic makeup. You can weed that out. You may be
mhm,
able to choose hair color or even the sex,
yeah,
the gender of the baby, but those
mhm,
kind of genetic things you can't undo them. It's part
right,
of the genetic makeup.
yeah, you can't do anything about it.
And it wasn't that diluted because we're talking about the parents of her grandmother. It's very
Hmm.
close, guys.
But I think when I look, because I was looking at the video of them in with Archie, and Archie does look like Megan. He has her
Which one, Pat?
eyes,
Which one?
the one that they took to South Africa.
Because then there's another one in Netflix in the
I
bathtub,
know,
a
but the one
different
that they took
one.
this, the one that they took to South Africa. Um,
But then that's not the one that they presented elsewhere. And then they presented another child with different eyes. And then they presented a child with different. I mean, the one where they had the Gloria Steinem picture, that's a different child, different forehead, different eyes, different everything. And Lily looks like she's at least 3 years older than the kid lying down with the
okay,
teeth,
so
and everything.
Ziggy, thank you for your super chat. She did a response to the other one. Can you read that?
Says
No, no, the
Paula's the
other
new
one.
Candace
Oh,
Owens. I actually reported this 3 years ago. But
yeah,
people
she
don't want
knows
to
her
talk
stuff,
about it.
Stephanie. Thank
But
you.
I get that same response. Why are you exposing it? Like when I exposed the thing about the birth certificate, because it's fraud.
Right.
Those kids do not belong in the line of succession, and they have made their royal family accomplices to them, which is why the royal family don't call them out because they let it go too long. They should have called
Mm-hmm.
it out immediately. The royal
Right.
family could have said, you know what, Meghan and Harry have chosen not to have the children in the line of succession nor have any titles. They could have said that, and Harry and Meghan couldn't have done anything nor call racism because they could have said, you know what, we're going to disclose this thing because you're not going to put us in that position.
Can you read Ziggy's super chat, Paula, please?
Yes, of
She's
course.
talking to you. Ziggy Lee. Yeah.
Now I get. Let me make the connection. Just don't get see Meng as a royal. I
Okay.
just didn't get it. Okay. No, for me, it's the lies. For me, it's the lies. If there is a lie and there's a cover up, there is an issue.
Okay. Just okay. Yes. You're. Thank you, Ziggy. Thank you, dear. She just wasn't clear on it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good that you explained it like that because
But it's the
that's I
lies,
think.
Pat. It's just
Yeah.
one lie after another one. And it's like,
Hmm.
why? If they
Yeah.
were more transparent, you see the royal family, the queen had very little skeleton. This is why the queen could, that's why she was so respected and loved. And she can criticize and she could do anything. And because, I mean, whatever you may say about Prince Philip, whom I adore, by the way, we still don't know if he had a mistress.
Mm,
That's how discreet he was,
mhm.
unlike
Mhm.
Charles, who
And you
flaunted
can
her.
be discreet. You can be discreet. I mean, yeah.
Oh, Michelle is saying the egg must be fertilized before frozen.
Are you serious?
Really? For reals, guys?
No. Wait a minute,
Uh-uh.
Michelle, for real, for real. I'm giving you the side eye now, Michelle. I ain't never heard such a thing, but let me look that up. Okay. Can you freeze unfertilized eggs? It says yes, you can. You said yes, unfertilized eggs, also called
Oh no, D
oocyte.
Locker says no, no. I have frozen eggs, so no, you can do the eggs.
This technique allows women to preserve their fertility for later conception. Yes, it says you can, Michelle.
Yeah, you can, you can, yeah, you can.
Okay. Costs. But somebody was saying something about how she couldn't have afforded to keep her eggs frozen because of the monthly cost associated with it.
Yeah, at the time I meant to say 800 and I said 8,000, but it's 800. But Meghan Markle was so broke, guys. And people keep saying, and I sent you that study of remember the study I sent you of Suits that people are saying that exaggerated during the actors strike, guys. They did a study because remember Breaking Bad, that show
Mhm.
that's super huge and successful, right? So
Mhm.
people assumed that the actors were making millions from the reruns and stuff like that. It turns out that they were making pennies. So they used Suits as an example of a
Mhm.
very little rated show who suddenly during COVID, because Suits got big during COVID because nobody had anything else to do. You couldn't go, so they watched it, right? So
Mhm.
people were only assuming that they were making huge figures and that they got paid quite a lot. So in that study carried out by SAG-AFTRA, which is
Mhm.
the union, they
Mhm.
explained the salaries. And I
Mhm.
didn't know that the formula was that complicated. It depends on how many and in the episode, especially for shows like Suits, which were they're not like Friends, and you don't have like contracts and stuff like that. It was just a show, especially the first and second season. They weren't sure where they were going to pick it up, and then so they go by union wages. And
Yeah.
SAG-AFTRA that did the study, right? And even the producer and writer of the show was saying that he was hoping that if Netflix renegotiated um, streaming suits for a second term, that
Mhm.
it would be better. This is what the strike was all about. So Gabriel Macht would have made, according to SAG-AFTRA, about 7,000 per episode, and each episode, and also depends. I didn't know this. I mean, I read it in
Mhm.
the study that SAG-AFTRA did of Suits because that was a good case study of a
Yeah.
show that got a lot of views, but Netflix bought the licensing rights for very little, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
When Judy from SAG-AFTRA explained it to me, and I loved her for it. She goes, "Well, have you ever leased a car?" And I said, "Well, no, I always buy them." "Well, here in the States, you can lease a car, right?"
Mhm.
I said, "Oh, okay. So what does that mean?" "Well, it means that you pay a monthly fee, but you don't own it, right? So you pay a set fee. Let's say you lease a car for $500, right? And then
Mhm.
at a certain point of time, you have a chance to buy it or return it, right?"
Mhm.
And then I said, "Uh-huh. Okay, you lease the car, but then you use it as an Uber. Nobody can tell you what to do with that. And you're making let's say $40,000, using the car, for which the lease company the company that's leasing the car to you can come and say, you have to give me a percentage of that because
Mhm.
you have a
Mhm.
lease. So that's what they did with Netflix.
Mhm.
They bought the streaming rights for 5 years. No, for 3 years. Sorry, for 3 years, and they got it very cheap because it was, from what's the name of the show, that no, the company. It's like a Peacock. Peacock. They were on Peacock.
Mhm.
So they bought the streaming license, not the for 3 years, and they bought it for 20 million, right? And then what they do is like you divide the 20 million, and it was
Mhm.
104 episodes, right?
Mhm.
So you let's do the math there, guys. 20 million between 104. That's 192,000. Let's say 192,000 per episode. That's what it cost, right? Netflix to stream each episode per season. That's the entire. It's not like every year there would. It was every time that episode aired. No, that's 192,000, and and you can watch that episode for as many times as you like, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is what they got, and this is what was divided between the entire people that created Suits. And the way it goes is that the writers got 3.6. No, the writers got 3.6%, right? So they were, according to, oh shit, how much was it that I said? It was 192,000. So because they give a percentage, and this is what the strike was about.
Right.
So
Mhm.
they made like 192,000, right? Let's see, at 190, it was a little bit over 192,000, but let's see. And they had 171 people in Suits. Why
Right.
171 people in Suits? That's $1,122 per person per season.
And then also what you have to remember is they calculate it based on
How
how
much
much
time you were
time
there?
how much
You
time
were,
you were actually on the show, and Megan was not on the show as much as the other cast
and she
members.
didn't have sometimes speaking parts. She just
Right.
walked by.
Mhm.
We know because George the Giant Slayer counted it, and it was 134 minutes in total. And she wasn't in all the episodes.
Right. And I'll give you an example. Um, so I get residuals still from when I was on the show King of Queens. Like I
Oh,
still
you that show?
mhm, I had just a small little
Oh, pa, you have
part.
to show me which one it is. Oh my goodness, I'm talking to a star.
And I get like $100 sometimes, or I'll get like $10, and my residual check is a lot smaller than Kevin James, right?
Yeah.
Because they're the stars of the show, they're on the show much longer, and it's just the production value.
Which episode, Pedaina? Come clean. I'm gonna go watch it. Are you can are you do you think I'm not gonna go watch it as soon as we hang up? If I have to watch the entire King of Queens, and I hope you don't make me do
It's
that.
just a one-liner. It was the oh, what was the name of the episode? Let me see. If you do my
That's the
I
one with
can
Leah Remini, right?
yeah, mhm. Hold on, I'll tell you which one it was. Deacon Blues, that's the one it was. I was on that
They can do. I'm
episode.
gonna go watch it. I'm gonna go watch it today, and
You
I'm gonna
can
be
just
showing it to everybody.
you
I'm
can
gonna I'm
see
gonna record that line, and
I
I'm gonna be
can
showing it to everybody.
if you want, I'll share you guys all the screenshot of it. You can
Please do, please do, please
I'll
do, pa.
share the screenshot of yeah, right there. That's me.
Woo! Make one large. Make one large, Pat. Let me see. Oh my goodness, hotness, woman. You're talking to that black guy. I remember he was funny. What was your
And I
line?
and I'll
Was he
let
hitting on you?
oh no, he was really nice. Let me tell you what the director
No,
did.
no, no. In the line there, and in your
Oh yeah,
scene.
yeah, yeah, in the show. No, yeah, yeah. I was the skank actually. I was the skank. Leah Remini's character called me the skank.
Ah, that's so funny.
But what I wanted to say was he was so nice, and the director was so funny because Kevin James was backstage, and the director had me sit on his lap so that when he came into the scene, he saw me sitting on his lap and just kind of made like a blooper. It was like a little funny thing that he did. and because he was supposed to see us talking, but then he saw me sitting on his lap. It was really funny. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, here we go. Season 3, episode 15. I'm gonna go watch it today.
Okay, okay. But
Season 3, episode 15, and I'm gonna go put it on Twitter. I'm gonna
but
put it
see,
everywhere.
and this is the thing. So when I was in LA, I left that year. I didn't even stay. See, I could have done a lot more when I was in LA because I had that year. I had done the sitcom. I did a diet Dr. Pepper commercial that year, and I did the movie with Burt Reynolds,
Which
and
one? Which
it
one?
was Hollywood Sign. But you only hear me. You
Oh,
only hear me in the. I was the receptionist. You hear my voice, but I left that year. I could not do Hollywood anymore, but I had so much potential because I had been doing the most work I'd ever done. Look at this dog. Look at this, y'all. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this hot mess. Look. Otis. That hurt. You see, I get abused too, like you do.
nothing like I do. You've seen Siri.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
Otis. Okay.
Just pat and pat.
Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. I know what he's doing. He needs to go to the bathroom. This
Okay,
is
okay. I'll
not
keep
going to
you.
go away. This is a harassment that is like I
This
have
is
to
a
go to the
lawsuit pending.
huh?
This is a harassment lawsuit pending.
Yes, my daughter needs to take him out.
So,
Take the dog
so,
out.
so, so,
Thank
so you
you.
were in the Burt Reynolds film. So you left that year. So you're getting residuals. So this is
Yes.
this is the thing, guys. Let me see. I think I can have. I have the article here. SAG-AFTRA, because I was so surprised because this happened all um um this is what the strike was, guys.
Yeah.
You know that they did
Did what?
that study. I sent it to you, right?
Oh, yeah. About what she would have gotten?
No, what they got paid, the background actors, because Megan was considered what's called a background actor.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
You know,
Oh, cafe
Let me see that
dedicated.
one of the ideas.
Oh, so Elizabeth is saying a guy has a whole cafe dedicated to pugs. Really? That's interesting. Yeah, I've become this pug mom. I'm like it's really my daughter's dog, but like the dog loves me the most.
Let me see here. Okay, here. I think this is the one.
Oh, Neely says she loves Otis so much. Yeah, he would love you too. He loves people so much.
Okay, it says here, I'm reading, let me see. It says that Suits is a streaming hit and a case study for why residuals at a sticking point in the strikes, right? And this is why they were, because they were talking about it, that, for example, the drama series starring Patrick J. Adams and Gabriel Mack logged 3 billion minutes from June 26th to July 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then shattered its own records, gathering 3.7 billion viewing minutes in a single week. Overall, it garnered over 12.8 billion minutes across Netflix and Peacock because they were both streaming it from June 19th to July 16th. And
Mm-hmm.
then they go, how much did the streamers make of that runway success? And that's when they got the problem. Okay, because they were saying, and this is why what's his name was saying that it was such a bad. That's why they were saying. And then how do streaming residuals work? And again, that depends on the contract.
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know and the guy who produced Suits said that that since Suits is not a streaming original and it's instead a library show, and I didn't know this, that the older the show, the less valuable it is.
Well, the shows back from the 70s and 80s, those shows to me seem so much better and would be worth more because
Yeah,
those are
but for
historical
yeah,
shows.
Seinfeld, for example, but those are very, remember that before there wasn't Netflix.
Oh no, we missed Stewart just 777. We missed her super chat. Hold on.
who
Oh, let's
who
sometimes you can
who
hold on, let me see her name. Stewardess.
oh,
We
here it
missed
is.
her chat. Oh,
Oh,
there's
thank you
okay,
very
there
much.
thank you so much for sometimes we can't miss it. Thank you, Stewart is 777. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Paula.
and Piers Morgan was saying that Megan was pregnant during doing that dance, which is BS.
Oh, yeah, 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 he did say that. That is. So, she's saying that you are so smart, Paula, to have uncovered all yeah, this info. Yeah, okay. Thank you. I was going to comment on that because yeah, when Pierce Morgan said that, I just thought he's saying it because I think he doesn't want to fall into the conspiracy of it all.
Pat, I'm
But
sorry. This is not conspiracy. When you look at that, there's no way
a lot of
anybody.
people, yeah, I think, and because he's such a, I guess he's a journalist.
No, he's not. He's a dishonest journalist. I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
If he looks at that, even Scott Rouse, anybody who's even men who are like anybody in the world looks at that video, and we know that that woman is not pregnant,
yeah, yeah,
and especially during COVID.
especially during COVID. I mean, can it ever be uncovered? Can we ever
Well,
really?
we are getting closer. We know that that birth certificate
Yeah,
is shady as hell, but you saw in your birth certificate and the birth
I
certificate
did.
information you have,
I'm gonna do
you
a
see it.
video about it actually, because I think because I really I could not believe the discrepancies. They
Yeah.
were just so blatant.
No,
When you
but
look at my son,
you also said that in the birth certificate it tells you that both father and mother have to have the single names, not like your names, not titles. In
yeah,
one of the documents, you said that it says that the parents' names have to be the mother has to be the single name, and the father has to be his own name.
right, right. That's
Harry was not, and you have to present the ID, guys. You have to present your ID form when you go there. It's not, oh, I'm Paula Bananarama. No, here's my ID. You have to ID yourself because they have to verify your identity.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
And in Harry's passport is Henry Charles Albert David.
So honesty and truth is send another super chat. Thank you, honesty and truth. This is a good point, Paula. So what is the public's opinion about that?
I'm upset. I'm very angry.
So, and I think to
I
your
mean,
point
that's not the
on
public opinion. That's mine, guys.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But to her super chat there, I think most definitely people will be so outraged to find out that the royals knew about it. But I think if William later, when he becomes king, comes out and sets the record, that is his chance of vindication for the royal family. Because I don't think saying it while he's not the king would be a good thing. But I think uncovering all of the lies when he becomes king would make him so beloved. Don't you think, Paula?
Oh, I think so.
And I think that could be a great way to do it when he
Yeah,
becomes
and I know that
king.
they're fighting. I know that King Charles and William are not in a good place at the
Yeah,
moment.
they're not. They
Guys,
definitely are
listen.
fighting.
The Royal Foundation, you all remember, I saw your video, Pida, and the Royal Foundation, when Harry and Meghan split from the Royal Foundation, it was explained, they have all these weak explanations, right? Oh, it's
Mhm.
just that they were doing their own thing in Sussex Royal, but of course everything is lovey-dovey, you see them. I did a video at the time and I said, these, I mean, you go back, watch my videos back then, guys, and you'll see that I'm
Mhm.
calling it out. Then no, there's a lot of problems. She's a bully. She's this. Oh, I was just a racist hater and blah blah blah. Like yeah, like I know what they were. And what do we know now? William would have never made a break using the royal the king's lawyers that I've been using for ages and go to his mother's thing. That's a huge shift.
Mhm.
And if
Mhm.
you look Prince William, it's nowhere near when Fergie or Andrew are there. And the only reason why Eugenie and I don't know if Beatrice were at the garden party was because it wasn't William's garden party. He was there representing the king. And the king had asked Eugenie and Beatrice to be there.
Mhm.
But you
Mhm.
don't see William. If you look at William standing with Catherine and I think that the Duchess of Gloucester
Mhm.
listening to the national anthem, you didn't see Eugenie nor Princess Beatrice standing right next to them.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
Nope.
Mhm.
Because usually all the royals that are there stand, there was the Duchess of Edinburgh but not them.
Mhm. That is a really
William is not gonna go where the Yorks go.
yeah. He's definitely not in that wheelhouse. Yeah.
And something major is coming in regards to Andrew. What happened with Virginia Roberts. Something major is happening, guys. And he just wants to keep himself isolated, insulated from whatever scandal. Because you know what, guys? The
Mm,
internet is the worst thing that could have happened to crooks and politicians, and that not only royalty, to anybody. Like we were talking about Blake Lively and the judge.
mhm, mhm.
Now people Google things, people go check, and they try to erase everything from the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? Nobody questioned why the royal family, because that genealogy was put everywhere, was all over the newspapers, guys, back then. Nobody questioned. The newspaper reporters kept quiet about, oh, who's Doria's mom? But
Yeah.
Meghan Markle is saying that she was caring for her maternal black grandmother. But what is her name? How come Doria's mother's name is unknown?
Mhm. Yep.
And
Good
then,
point.
after I did that, and but even then I was like, no, no, I'm sure it's her ex. But then after I talked to a lot of people in genealogy and stuff like that, and things with genes especially. If it had been her great 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 grandmother, then the genes are diluted. But we're looking at your great grandmother.
Mhm.
It's like Queen Elizabeth, Charles, William, and George. I mean, not far, guys.
Yeah.
And the fact that the kids are red hair, they're not. I know that they're not because I've seen the original pictures of them, and they're not red hair.
Yeah. Definitely not that dark, deep red that Megan likes to put in Photoshop. It's so obvious, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
it changes all the time. And I think that's part of, I mean, just think about a person that does that, that is constantly trying to show you a
That they want to be white. I don't understand why the black
contrived
community. Why do
image.
they? Why? Okay, Pat. I gotta ask you. Why does the black community still support a woman who clearly wants not? The staff, the personnel. What you and I were talking about. That not one black
Yeah.
person.
Not one. Not one. Why is that?
Why is the
Because
black community not calling out this woman for lack of diversity higher?
right, yeah, because Megan does not really hold to that. She does things to make it look like she's, trying
And
to
why
be
isn't
this
she being called out for it?
person.
That's my
Right.
question by the black community.
Yeah. Well, hey, they need to. Maybe Tyler Perry will. I don't think he ever will because he yeah. But I think who has? I think they'll much rather not say anything, you
But that's
know?
the problem we have. And this is
That
why
is the problem.
I know people get like scared of the things I talk about, but I have to. Like I have to talk about the birth certificate. I have to talk about this. I have to talk about that because it was pointed out to me by a subscriber. It says, "Did you notice this one of I'm like, what? So what does that mean?" Because I didn't know. To me they were just numbers, right? And then it goes,
Mhm.
well, and then the sub sent me like the birth certificates of because this is a grandmother of her birth certificate, her kid's
Mhm.
birth certificate, her
Mhm.
grandchildren's certificates, her brother's certificate who were born in California. And then she said, look at the one of five and then they pointed out. So what does that have to do? I still didn't understand. And
Mhm.
then she said, just look it up on the websites and any government website, and it tells you that the code since 1948 or 58, 1948 has been those are have been the codes, and that the
Mm.
parents' names, they don't accept titles for parents' name. It has to be the mother's single name. Otherwise, Meghan Markle would have put herself there as a duchess. And Harry's name according to his ID. And when
Mm.
Harry was born, he was not the Duke of Sussex.
Right. He can't put that down legally. Yeah. He can't. So my question is, how did that even happen that it was even put down?
Because I think it's a fake thing. I really
That
think
they've
it's a
put
fake
out
thing.
exactly. They've put out something that is completely fake.
But you've tried to get that birth certificate. I've tried on
Yeah.
several occasions. Bookworm from South Africa. I was trying to get it.
Yeah. So it
I,
really
and I
begs the
mean,
question.
And I mean, and this is, remember how they found out the picture with Justin Baldoni and that Blake Lively thing, and that the picture was uploaded in October?
Mhm, mhm.
It's the same thing for the baptism picture of
Oh,
Archie. And I'm
oh,
going to show
okay.
it to you. I think I sent you that picture, Pat, because again, the newspapers choose on what to report and on what not to report,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, they
And that is
do.
an uphill battle because Pierce Morgan should know better. And this is, and he uses the credibility of having been a reporter and this and that, but he's lying.
Yeah,
Anybody, even if you don't know who Meghan Markle is, you see that woman doing that, you know that that's a fake baby.
yeah. Mhm.
That is a fake baby, and that is anybody here? You're watching the side chat because I'm looking for something here for you guys. Does anybody think that that was Meghan Markle being pregnant for real? For real? No, I'm asking. This is
I
a
mean, I
serious
just like
question,
how you
guys.
said for reals. Like that's like I'd say that. For reals,
I
for
know. I'm
reals.
doing it because of that.
Let's see.
What are they saying? One for yes, two for no.
Yeah, let's see what people are saying.
I'm just
But
looking
no,
for the
she
picture.
wasn't. No way. I don't think she was. No, she wasn't pregnant. No. Yeah,
No,
no.
not whether Meghan Markle was pregnant or not. That's not the question. The question is, if you don't know who this person is and you come across that video, would you believe that that is a pregnant woman?
A lot of people are saying no. Yeah, the most people are saying no. Yep. Yep. Mhm. It did not look like it was authentic at all.
Let me see this picture. Is this the one? Let me see. No, that's not the one. Wait, I need the one with the with the with the origin. I sent you that picture a while ago, Pat, because the picture Archie was supposed to have been born when was the 6th of when was Archie born?
He was born on June
No,
4th.
May. He was born
I
May.
mean, huh?
He was born in May, but which day
May
was he born?
6th. May 6th.
Okay, here I have it. I have it. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna show you this, guys. Okay, this is. You remember how it was that the sleuths on the internet found out because you can't do it that you right click or something like that, and it shows you the origin of the picture. That's the date that the picture was taken, and then every time you make a modification, and another
Yeah,
thing, and it shows on these dates this was modified, right? So I'm
right.
gonna show you this.
Hi, Sister Line.
Okay, here we go. This is the picture that they got to the newspapers, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is directly from the pictures of the newspapers. Look at this. This is the raw data that they forgot to delete because before they would just not send it with the raw data. What they would do is they
Mm-hmm.
would scan it and send it. But somebody sent the file. And if
Mm-hmm.
you look at the date is May 8th, 2019,
Mm-hmm.
that this
Yeah.
picture was taken. Date,
Yep.
time, original. And when was the little guy born? Supposedly, allegedly, guys.
June 4th.
No, May.
May 6th. I keep saying June. May
It was
6th.
May 6th, and the picture was taken on May 8th,
Mm-hmm.
not in July.
Yep. That's crazy. That is crazy.
And not only that, that July when the prince and princess of Wales were seen while they were Duchess and Cambridge, the Duchess of Cambridge was wearing a blue dress, not a pink dress. The
Right.
Archbishop of Canterbury was in a weekend away. That they do this thing that they get cloister all the archbishops, and apparently all the archbishops didn't even know where the Archbishop of Canterbury had gone because he disappeared, and then they found out. Why would they not know if it had been published a month before?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that article I sent you that the archbishop surprised that they didn't know where the archbishop had gone because they were all that weekend And it's like they do this meeting every year and they can't leave. But apparently it was so mysterious that the archbishop disappeared. Why would it be mysterious? Because they had been announced a month prior when the baptism was going to be, but they didn't allow anybody in.
Mm-hmm.
And then they sent the file because usually they scan it and send it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
they don't send the original file or whatever, but this time they sent the original file. Bookworm did a video on it too, by the way, guys, for more detailed stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Honesty and truth. It's perfectly simple. The royals won the trust of the people. We need proof of the Sussex's birth, doctors and hospital
Yeah.
christenings.
That's
We know
right.
Justin will be lied about another matter.
Yep. We need the truth. So here, let me show you something. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove that crap.
Secret christening after Harry and Meghan. Okay, this is what is very, very interesting. Hold on. Oh no, where did it go?
What, Pat?
I'm gonna
What?
show you the picture of William and Catherine going to the christening. Here we go.
You can see her wearing blue. Why
So
would she
these
be wearing
christening day
pink
services
if it's a
later.
boy?
Did they also attend the christening today? Okay, so let me just save it because I don't like it from my. Let me just save it first. I want to show you.
And don't forget that Doria came weeks earlier. I believe that she brought the baby weeks earlier. That's what I believe.
Okay, yeah. So let me just make sure that's the only photo because there was, and this is what how you know because that picture of them taking that picture, that christening with her in that pink dress.
And now it has been officially flagged as edited.
Yeah. So
It
here's
has
the
been
this.
officially flagged as edited, by the way.
Okay, I'm going to show you this picture, everybody. This is William and Catherine going to Archie's christening. Look what she's wearing. So now this is what I see. It says, okay, William wears dark. Hold on. Hold on. Did he have on glasses? I don't have the picture of him in
No, he
glasses.
doesn't have glasses.
But they were saying that he's wearing
Oh,
dark
when he
glasses.
drove in, he had glasses.
Okay, yeah. As he and Kate,
No, he had dark glasses, sunglasses.
yeah, as they arrive at Windsor for Archie's secret christening after Harry and Meghan were warned they risk upsetting those who love them most with private christening. So why is Catherine wearing a light blue dress for a boy, but in the christening photo it is a pink dress?
And apparently it was done 2 days after the baby was born because it was done on the 8th and he was born on the 6th. And let's not forget that we don't know if Meghan had her preeclampsia, postpartum preeclampsia, which it would have been impossible for her. She would have been swollen and she would have been getting
Right.
shots of, like, yeah.
Okay, so put up the picture of them at the christening photo. I just want to compare something. What are you looking for? Yeah, yeah. Her hat. Look at that hat. Like, oh, she's not wearing the hat. She's wearing a headband. That dress is a lot different than the pink, I mean the blue dress that she was wearing.
And that was, yeah, and the dates are different because that was July 6th, Pat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was the
And the
6th.
sitting is so weird because usually it would have been the king sitting, not Camilla, or Catherine. Catherine is sitting because if she stands, she's taller than William, the way she was placed.
Mhm. Mhm. So that's how you know this picture is not real. It's fake.
Yeah, it's been flagged and edited.
Mhm. So why? But this is the question. Why? Why do they do why is there so much deception?
That's what it bothers me, Pat. And that is the problem that the royal family have found themselves with Harry and Meghan Markle. Like,
Yes.
this is what they have over the royal family. The royal family have allowed them to get away with so much. It's
Yeah.
gone too far. Now they can't claim ignorance. They could have done it maybe the first month, but now
But William can totally get out of it when he becomes
Oh,
king.
William, yeah. He can, you know what? He doesn't even have to expose them. All he has to do is request that Succession Act be amended and say
Mhm.
that only royals born in the United Kingdom and residing in the United Kingdom permanently can be in the line of succession. And so,
Mhm.
guys, since it's the king's birthday, the king went behind the queen's back because the queen requested from parliament to amend the succession act to get rid of gender over primogeniture,
Primogeniture.
because this is when and I'm going to show you. I am not bullshitting you with anything here. I'm going to show you the articles. And when the queen found out, she was really angry because he went behind her back. Let me find that. I'm going to get you the right ones here. That's Statler. Andrew Barker Bowles is not her first choice. Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's just that the internet is very slow. Okay. Here we go. Is the Tatler one? Okay. Okay. Here. I'm going to show you this. He went behind the queen's back. The queen requested this change.
Mhm.
And in 2011, when Catherine was pregnant with George, because she didn't know if it was going to be a boy or a girl, and she wanted that no matter what it was, to like that if it was a girl, that was going to be a queen, right? So in case
Mhm.
that when Catherine had a second child, if it was a boy, it wouldn't be dethroned, right? So the queen backs changed to law on succession of females. This is in 2011, guys. Okay, that the queen requested that is if Prince William's first child is a girl, she will accede the throne under proposed changes to succession supported by the queen, because the queen can request changes to that, right? And
Mhm.
then it was found out that it was Charles who was lobbying, going behind the queen's back, opposing this thing. Prince Charles worried about changing laws of royal succession. Prince of Wales reportedly met with Whitehall officials to share his concerns about fast track changes to the UK constitution.
Okay, Rain Dancer, she's saying who went behind the queen's back? Prince Charles at the time when he was prince.
Yep.
He went behind the queen's back
Yeah. And
about
then
the
when the queen
laws,
found out,
changing the laws.
about it, because she found out about it, she had her private secretary meet directly. And this is why it went quickly. When she found out, it was in December, late November, she found out that Charles had been meeting with Whitehall. Whitehall is parliament, people from Whitehall, saying that he didn't want that, to delay. And the queen didn't understand, right? Because Catherine and William got married in 2011. So the queen immediately proposed, I don't care what they have. I want it to be king or queen, like, and I also want to include Catholics. It wasn't Charles who was this progressive guy. So this is consent, December 4th, 2012. This is how Queen, December 4th, 2012, consent given to change the succession rules. As soon as the queen found out, it took a phone call from the private secretary in a meeting directly
Mm.
with the queen and said, "You're going to pass this fucking law." I'm sure the queen didn't use those words. It's just me being. But
uh, can I just bring up Honesty and Truth sent you another super chat?
oh yeah, sorry, I'm not looking. So when I'm looking at articles, we can't see it, guys. Okay.
So that's why, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'll let you know. It's perfectly simple. If the royals want the trust of the people, we need proof of the Sussex's birth, right? Doctors and hospital christenings. We know Justin Welby lied about another matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So
and the thing is, though, so
very
Charles
thank
was
you,
gone.
Honesty and Truth. So
Yeah.
true. You can't have the trust of the people if you're lying and there's so much deception and you don't come off as being truthful. How can people trust you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was the queen that did that, and Charles went behind her back for a year. And when she found out, she was livid, and she
Hmm.
summoned the prime minister and some people, and she said, "This is going now," because by then Catherine was pregnant. You see, by then it was 2012. Catherine gave birth in 2013, so
Hmm.
she wanted the law approved before the baby was born. And
Hmm.
and usually in December they break for vacation or Christmas. They approved it immediately, and she gave the assent almost immediately. It's like first, second, third reading done.
Mhm. Yep.
But Charles went behind the queen's back.
Yep. Okay, now Ewa says, "Are you sure Mr. Markle is telling the truth?" And I'm assuming you're referencing when he told me that Megan froze her eggs. Well, you don't know for 100% whether or not he is telling the truth. However, I think just from when I spoke to him and he mentioned it, I got the feeling that he was telling the truth. I can't imagine why he would just lie purposefully like that on something so major, and he just seems like someone that knows a lot, that wanted to come out with what was happening because of how hurt he was around what his daughter was doing to him. You know, you start to reveal things. I mean, just the anger and hurt that he was feeling because of what was happening, to come out and say that, I think revealed like he didn't want to keep it in any longer. He wanted to expose things because he was hurt. He was feeling betrayed by someone he loved. And I think saying that was a way for him to just kind of feel better about, all the things that he had been going through at the time. And so I believed him when he said it to me. And I
No, I
couldn't
believe it
believe that
because also he didn't
he
seem
hadn't
like
said
he
it
was
sooner.
lying. He was very, you can tell when somebody's lying. To him, it was actually something. Hi, Grandma Royals. Hello, how are you, sweetie?
Oh, hello. You need to check out her AI photos she's done.
Oh, she's amazing. Yeah.
She is amazing, and she's done some of my mother-in-law now. They are
Oh my God.
so good.
Yeah, I'm
And
so in love
thank
with
you for doing
Otis and Siri.
that. Yes,
It's
and
so funny
Otis is Siri.
because she puts Siri as though she's well behaved. If you could see her, you would probably better you don't because you would see her.
What did she say
Which
though?
photos? Which photos are these? Which photos
Oh,
are you guys talking about?
Chronos Royals can what did she say though? I think you took it down too soon. I didn't see what she said.
Crown Royals. She said that the royal family wasn't in on it at the beginning because there was too much at stake, and it's too late for them to go back now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, but I've said there's an elegant solution. They can just propose a change to the succession law act by saying only children born in the United Kingdom and residing permanent in the United Kingdom
Did you make me
can be in the line of succession and hold
that's a
royal
little cute?
titles. That would automatically get rid of Harry and his kids. And that would be an incentive for people to give birth in UK soil if you're going to be part of the royal family. I want the timeline Photoshop. We just showed it, Sassy. The one for the baptism, I showed it. I showed it already. Yeah, the queen was badass. I
Thank
mean,
you, Lizzie B. Lizzie B is on top of it.
yeah, yeah. But like the queen is not stupid, but the problem is the cover up, and I think that I got to tell you, I think at the very end, it was Charles who was running things because the queen was quite ill.
Mm,
And even and unfortunately, certain people, they're like vultures. When they see that the queen is dying, they try to ingratiate themselves with
mhm,
the next
mm.
one.
Yep, absolutely.
Like that's how they do it all the time, guys. And it's very important to know that the timeline of what's going on with Meghan Markle, the lies. I know it's not a pleasant thing to find out that they were part of incest, and it's no shade on them, but it is a fact that it happened. And the problem is that they try to cover up, and that is a problem
Mhm, mhm.
because then people ask questions. Why are you trying to cover it up?
Right. Mhm.
That's the problem. It's the covering up. It's the lies.
And that's what I think makes people not trust the monarchy, or why people have a problem with the monarchy, because, they feel like they just create these lies and they're never transparent. And people don't like that, especially in the age of technology. You can't do these kinds of things and think you're going to get away with it. It's just not
Absolutely.
the thing to do.
No,
So
absolutely. Like, and I mean, we're gonna get going, guys, but we're gonna leave you with this beautiful thing. Oh, I don't know if I should share something with you guys because it's this video, of Prince William, guys. I'm gonna
what's
share it.
that? Okay.
I'm gonna share, but I have to remove the music because I put some kind of like Magic Mike music. So, but look at Princess Catherine, guys. Isn't I mean, this is what
Hmm.
royalty's all about.
Yeah.
This is it, guys. Look at that lady. And I hate it, but she reminds me of Princess Diana being such a lady, having poise, having class. That's something that you
Right.
have or you don't. You
Yes.
can't buy it. Money doesn't give it to you. Look at the
That's
Kardashians.
right.
No shade.
Yep. Yep.
It's like Corona
It's
Royal says, I disagree on the incest. That's not something for the monarchy. No, it's not talking about the monarchy dealing with. I'm talking about them hiding it because they had everybody else ancestry. And rather than saying that Megan Doria Ragland's mother was unknown, they should have put her name. But instead they put unknown. My issue is with the lying. And of
mhm.
course, it is with the royal family because everybody who marries into the royal family, it is the royal family. Genes matter. And not only that, the family history matters. Every bride has had, like Sophie Rees Jones, they all got their genealogy done. I mean, we know that Princess Catherine's family were coal miners or whatever the hell it was. Mr. Markle, they were cooks out of nowhere, and like on the Raglan side, they were like the
Yeah.
first Raglan was actually comes from William Raglan, who was a Scottish settler who impregnated a slave, and then it was born, and that's what. So the
Mhm.
genealogy does matter, not to shade Meghan Markle, and I repeat, and I really believe this is not her fault, nor Doria's mother that happened. Okay,
Mhm.
my problem is that this is has to be public knowledge because it's
Yeah.
part of the royal family. We know the lineage of the royal family. And also it has genetic ramifications on children.
Mhm.
And it could be the reason why Meghan Markle didn't want to have children because she knew,
Mhm.
she knew. And I mean, that's great. If we agree to disagree, that's absolutely fine. That's normal. We can all agree to disagree. That's not a problem. Wait, I have to download it. I don't know if I have to download it, but because okay, or I can. I don't know if I can mute it. Ah, sweet Jesus, thank you,
Mm.
Lord. Okay, I can. No, wait, I can't share it like that. Wait, I have to share it, and then are you guys watching?
I
Oh no,
have
I'm sharing
not.
Catherine. I'm sharing Catherine. I'm sharing
Okay, go
Catherine.
ahead back. Okay.
I'm gonna share. I'm gonna share King. I'm gonna share Prince William. I can't share this song because I can't share this, and it's okay, Chrono Royals. We can agree to disagree. That's absolutely fine. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
But it's so much better with the song, guys.
What song is it?
Okay, I'll play a little bit. See, hopefully they won't. Okay, let me see.
Fancy like Applebee's on a date night.
Applebee's or the what?
Uh,
Hey, with the Oreo shake and some whipped cream on the top two.
Wait, let me put it down. You guys know this song. So look at this man.
I like him so
Mm,
much better with a beard. He looks really good with a beard.
Chrono Royals, you have to do a video about this, please. I beg you. Please, Chrono Royal, do something with this. I mean, I'll play it again, but I wish I could play with this song. I did a very raunchy one, but I said no, I can't do that raunchy with him because it was like the pony, from Magic Mike.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
god,
And he's so smart.
and it's so sweet and so handsome. But look
Mm.
at that. Oh my god. Oh my dear Lord. Like
Alabama jammer, she my Dixieland delight.
I'm telling you, this song makes a difference.
Paula, you silly.
That man looks good coming and going, guys. Are you telling me? Oh my God. Yes, sir. Please. I will join the army right now. It's like, isn't he
Yeah.
handsome, guys?
Yes,
Oh,
he is.
Corona Royals, please, can you do something about Prince William? Please, please, please. About this thing.
Yeah.
Please, please. Yeah, I agree with you. The royal family were stuck. They were stuck. I agree with you, but they have ways to use the law to get around this, like amending the Succession Act because they know that Harry and Meghan are not coming back to the US, not voluntarily, not until they both hit rock bottom. And they can amend the Succession Act saying that no only children born in the United Kingdom and royals living, residing permanently in the United Kingdom can be in the line of succession. I believe that is a very elegant way to clear up a lot of things, and also that all the birth certificates and things must be made public.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Grey Voice. What's happening is treasonous, you know,
Mm-hmm.
Eggate. And I'm going to show you this because this is so funny. This is guys, this is POV, and I was like I was laughing because he posted this, and I had to comment on it because it is true. He's talking about Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle, what you call it? He did, I think he did this caricature, right? Of Meghan
Mm-hmm.
Markle firing the employees,
Oh
right?
yeah. Uh-huh.
So I left a comment saying, you got almost everything right, except that you put a dark looking character there. Here we go.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I saw that. It's supposed
I
she
think we
shouldn't.
should watch it, guys. I'm just gonna share it because it's really funny. We should leave it in a funny mode because it's so funny. I was laughing my ass off. Okay,
It's all your fault, your fault, your fault.
wait, wait,
She was told.
wait. This is let's do it. This is from POV. Wait, guys. So you watch it. I'm gonna mute myself so you don't hear the.
She was totally telling him off and been like, everything that's been going on in the last 5 months has been all of y'all's fault. And it's your fault. Your fault, so and so, your fault, your fault, your fault. She was totally telling him off. Everything that's going on in the last 5 months has been all of y'all's fault. And it's
And I said to him, "You got it almost right, except that you have a dark looking one there because we know that she only hires white.
Mm-hmm. No minorities for her.
You know, no dark color people here. I know POV is hilarious. I swear to God, guys, I was watching, I literally almost peeing myself. Literally, you know. So Corona Royals, please do a clip with him, Prince William walking like that, making him doing really slow motion too, please.
Paula, you is something else, girl.
With all respect, please, to Princess Catherine, you know. But no wonder she was giving him that side eye, looking at him with hungry eyes. I mean, yep. And don't forget to subscribe to Chrono Royals because she's got amazing stuff, guys. And this is the thing, we can all agree to disagree. That's fun. We can still
Yeah.
have fun and do a lot of stuff. And we shouldn't be afraid to approach certain
Yeah,
topics.
because that's
Guys.
how you have truth. You don't just agree because someone's saying it, just because they usually think like you. If you disagree with someone that usually is saying things you agree with, that's fine. That's how you know we are not being biased. We are saying the truth. And even if we don't agree with people who usually agree with us, hey, we're going to come out like with you, Paula. If you say something that I don't agree with, I'm going to say it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say,
You
yeah,
have.
just because it's you, Paula. Okay. I'm
I know.
not.
And then you don't.
And
And you
vice
don't.
versa.
Yeah, we do that. And I said, no, I
Right.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, like,
that's healthy to do that.
yeah. And it is important to know why the royal family were trying to hide it. And it affects the gene thing. And then it kind of gives me an understanding why Meghan Markle wouldn't want to have children if she knows that. I would be terrified.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And to me, it's why make it a secret? It happened. We're gonna find out about it. And no,
Right.
guys, it's not something that is private because
You
her
got people
family
all up
joined the
in your
most public
business now.
person. He just joined the most public family in the entire world. So either you do a genealogy tree or you don't do it at all. Because if you're just gonna do it and not and lie about it, that's
Mm-hmm.
bad. So
Yep.
basically, you just don't show the genealogy tree. That's it.
Yep. Yep.
You
So
know,
thanks everybody for all of your super chats. Special thank you to my friend Michelle, and thank you Lizzie B
and
for
Chrono
being
Royals, please do that video as a personal request.
and thanks to all the super
Personal request.
stickers and chats and for being here, everyone. Just we really appreciate you showing up for us on Saturdays, just to have an open dialogue and for all of your comments and for your support of
And
our
what's the
channels.
episode? Season 3, episode 15. We're gonna go watch P Dinah and King of Queens, and I'm gonna post it everywhere. Chrono Royals, I hope you join us next Thursday because it's on Thursday. We did the Royal Mess on Friday because the StreamYard was down. So I hope you can join us on Thursday, Chrono Royals. It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna be there. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's just to have fun, to talk about things, to agree to disagree, you know,
Mhm.
and yeah. So thank you very
Mhm.
much, guys, for watching. You guys are amazing. We do appreciate. Please donate to P Dinah's charity, guys. Please, you know what, Pat? I am still fuming over 63.2 million that Harry got.
I know. I know. I
And
know.
Pat, they're giving you a hard time because on one of the bills you paid $2 extra, and there was a discrepancy of $2 because you were using your own money, so they charge you.
Yeah,
And they still
it's
haven't
a mess.
dispersed the money. And Meghan Markle is getting like 6 million from Fidelity Charitable. Is not
Yeah.
posting her tax return, guys.
Yeah, it's so unfair, but I'm gonna get through it. I'll get through it.
Yeah, no, but we're gonna help you get through it. But thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you. Pidana, are you dropping a video today?
Probably not today. No, not today. No, but tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, go watch our video tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm doing my live with Matt, the Angry Bootnik. And we're gonna usually, it's not gonna be if you are, clutch your pearls, don't watch because you know how Matt is, and me too. He's not Vidina. He's, so thank
Yeah.
you very much, guys, and Chrono Royals. Thank you. Oh, I want to show you something, guys. I want to show you something because okay, I'm in love with this. I'm in love with this. I love it that you did it because I just want to thank you particularly for this because you did something with my son. I sent it to Henrik. Henrik was damn. I said, yeah, thank you. But I wanted to thank you for what you did for Siri and Otis. And
Oh yes, it was so cute.
that was so adorable, wasn't it? Isn't it so
Mhm.
adorable, guys? I mean, I mean, and by the way, guys, be kind to. Oh, it's up. Be kind to your pets. Remember that they're our second children, and if P Dinah can be a pet person now, anybody can.
That's
So
for darn sure, girl. Let me tell you.
adopt a pet, or like
Michelle knows, although I'm not a cat person and she has cats. I've been
oh, she's
able
a
to,
cat person.
yeah, she's got cats and I stayed with her and I just am on edge the whole
Why?
time because I'm phobic of cats, very phobic.
Oh, I
Like,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
okay. I'm
bad.
gonna share this from for that Chrono Royals did for us. I mean, I am in love. She stole my spot, and I can actually see Siri doing it.
Yep.
You see, yeah.
That is so cute.
Look at that. I am so in love. I put the heart up. I just couldn't help myself. And the city giving Otis a side eye,
Give it Otis the side eye.
Yeah, look at that. I love it. I love it.
That is
Thank you
so
so
cute.
very much. That really, I started crying. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so
I'm not
cute.
gonna lie. Thank you, Chrono Royal. Please go subscribe to Chrono Royal. She does amazing. And please do that video about Prince William. And if you can do something about Cristiano Ronaldo too, that'd be greatly
Oh my
appreciated.
gosh,
I'm
Polly,
kidding.
so bad.
Have a great Saturday, beautiful
Bye,
people.
everybody. Bye.